Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Roberta Metsola, who has joined the community of holders of Doctor Honoris Causa title of the Łódź University of Technology, is an exceptionally inspiring person. She is one of the most prominent women politicians of our time, the President of the European Parliament, extremely committed to work for the idea of community, engaged in promoting respect for the rule of law, human rights, and the deepening of the European integration. By awarding the highest academic distinction to Mrs. Roberta Metsola, we want to honor her attitude. At the time of upheaval and conflict around the world, we badly need advocates of unity and enthusiasts for the European Union. Ladies and gentlemen, honourable guests, we will now proceed with the ceremony, which, according to the tradition, will be conducted by the Vice-Rector for Academic Affairs, Professor Łukasz Albrecht. Rector, the floor is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Magnificence, members of the Senate, on the 23rd of April 2025, the Senate of the Technical University of Łódź passed a resolution to confer an honorary doctorate to the President of the European Parliament, Ms. Roberta Metsola. The Senate appointed the Magnificence Rector, Professor Krzysztof Jóźwik, as the promoter. Resolutions supporting our initiative were passed by two universities. The Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań, based on a review by the university's rector, Her Magnificence Professor Bogumiła Kaniewska, and the University of Łódź, based on the opinion of the rector of the University of Łódź, His Magnificency Professor Rafał Matera. Now I would like to ask the thesis supervisor, Krzysztof Jóźwik, to deliver a laudation dedicated to the President of the European Parliament, Ms. Roberta Metsola. The floor is yours. Thank you very much. You haven't heard me for quite some time. Members of the Senate, distinguished guests, Ms. Roberta Metsola, a Maltese lawyer, President of the European Parliament, advocate of unity, and enthusiast of the European Union, is one of the most prominent contemporary female politicians. Her attitude and objectively earned achievements are worthy of the honorary doctorate. This form of recognition also refers to the candidate's life stance, which, as the community of Łódź University of Technology, we have the honor to acknowledge. The decision to award Ms. Roberta Metsola the honorary doctorate of Łódź University of Technology was made unanimously by the Senate and also met with the approval of the reviewers. They included Professor Bogumiła Kaniewska, Chair of the Conference of Rectors of Academic Schools in Poland and Rector of the Adam Mickiewicz University in Poznań, as well as Professor Rafał Matera, Rector of the University of Łódź. Both reviewers emphasized Roberta Metzola's extraordinary contribution to strengthening the European community. They also recognized the importance of such an attitude in the face of the challenges of the modern world torn by war, increasing Eurosceptic activity, violation of human rights, and leadership and economic crisis. Both reviewers emphasized the ideas behind a united Europe, which are fundamental for the academic milieus. While highlighting the exceptional importance of the attitude of its leaders, they appreciate the courage and political sensitivity of the President of the European Parliament. Roberta Metsola was born in Malta in 1979. where she completed her law studies at the University of Malta. She also graduated from the College of Europe in Brugge. Her ambition and commitment were reflected, for instance, in her work as Secretary General of the European Democrat Students Association based in Brussels. With the accession of the smallest country to the community, the candidate began working at Malta's permanent representation to the European Union. She subsequently served as attaché for legal and judicial cooperation, head of the Justice and Home Affairs Department until 2012, and legal advisor to Catherine Ashton in the team of the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy. Further key experiences resulted from her mandate as a member of the European Parliament of the 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th terms of office, and then as the first Vice President and President of the European Parliament. It is worth emphasizing that Roberta Metsola was the youngest person working in this position, importantly not by nomination, by the election of the members of the European Parliament. Upon assuming the leadership, she said, "I want people to regain faith and enthusiasm for our project." Dear Europeans, the upcoming years will see people in Europe expecting leadership and direction from our institution, while others will continue to test the boundaries of our democratic values and European principles. We must stand up to the anti-EU narrative, which is so easily and quickly gaining strength. Disinformation and misinformation, intensified during the pandemic, fuel easy cynicism and cheap solutions, such as nationalism, authoritarianism, protectionism, and isolationism. These words are very relevant these days. The geopolitical context, especially Russia's aggression against Ukraine, as well as internal conflicts and problems of member states, show the importance of strong and coherent leadership. It now is the time when we need non-conformity, dialogue, openness, peace and unity. Roberta Metsola embodies these values. She has clearly and firmly sided with Ukraine, and her friendly relations with the Ukrainians have resulted in being awarded the Order of Merit First Class in 2024 and the Order of Princess Olga First Class in 2022. The fundamental issues such as democracy, freedom and respect for human rights remain the challenges that Europe is facing. In this context, Roberta Metsola directs her attention to Belarus, for which she received in 2023 the Cross of Good Neighborhood from the United Transitional Cabinet of Belarus. The President has also been honored by the University of Lisbon and Taras Shevchenko National University of Kiev with the honorary doctorates, the Grand Cross of the Order of the Grand Duke of Lithuania Gediminas, the King David Award and the Forum Europa 2024 award granted by the New Economy Forum. Social engagement and an ambitious political career successfully combined with family life make our candidate an inspiration. Roberta Metsola is the mother of 4 sons. She enjoys cooking and experimenting with dishes representing global cuisine, and this is what we have in common. She loves reading, and when she was asked about the most important book in her life, she indicated Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. I would like to end my laudation with a quote from this book. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Dear Dr. Honoris Causa, the title and distinction awarded to you today is an expression of our appreciation for your courage and exceptional contributions to building solidarity, unity and community in Europe. We are proud that you are joining the group of honorary doctors during the celebrations of the 80th Jubilee of the Łódź University of Technology. By accepting this distinction, you become part of the academic community of our university, Roberta Metsola has already had lots in common with us because her sister studied under Erasmus at the Łódź University of Technology. Mechanical engineering, that's me. It's an honor for us that she, as the first university in Poland, we are honoring you with the highest academic distinction, especially at the conclusion of the Polish presidency of the Council of the European Union. The special recognition for your efforts to foster a community in Europe is so crucial today, will serve as further proof that we are united by common values with the future of subsequent generations in mind. Congratulations and thank you very much.
Thank you, Rector, for presenting the profile of our Dr. Honoris Causa and presenting Madam President as an outstanding example of a charismatic, effective, admirable and trusted politician and person. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now proceeding with the ceremony of awarding the title and dignity of Dr. Honoris Causa of the Łódź University of Technology to Roberta Metsola, President of the European Parliament. Could you all raise, please? Rector, I would like to ask you to read out the text of the diploma, which, as is academic custom, is in Latin and in Polish. Pursuant to the Act of the Republic of Poland, I, Rector and Promoter Krzysztof Jóźwik, Professor of Mechanical Engineering, on behalf of the Senate of the Łódź University of Technology, award Roberta Metsola, the President of the European Parliament, the institution acting for fostering European values, a lawyer, in recognition of her exceptional achievements for European integration, unity and acting for peace in Europe and courage for supporting Ukraine, the title, dignity and rights of the Doctor Honoris Causa, and this diploma is confirmed with a stamp, Łódź, on the 20th of June 2025, signed Krzysztof Jóźwik, Rector of the Łódź University of Technology and the promoter of the proceedings.
Quod felix Faustum fortunatum quesit. Summis auspiciis serenissime rei publice Polonorum eiusque legibus nos Christophorus Jóźwik machinalis scientiae professor hoc tempore scientiarum technicarum scholae Lodziensis rector magnificus simulque promotor rite constitutus, scientiarum technicarum scholae Lodziensis senatus auctoritate, in mulierem illustrissimam, Robertam Metsola, Parlamenti Europei presidem, juris peritam, in instituta Europea corroboranda, inque populorum auctoritatem tuendam summa ope ac studio nitentem. De populorum auctoritate respicienda, legum regiminumque integritate augenda, unitate nec non securitate Europea firmanda, benemeritam. Ukrainensium cause indefessam patronam. Doctoris honoris causa, nomen et dignitatem, jura et privilegia contulimus. Cuius in rei fidem hoc diploma sigillo sanciendum curavimus. Datum Lodzie, ante diem 12 calendas Julias, anno bismillesimo vicesimo quinto. Christophorus Jóźwik, rector magnificus, promotor rite constitutus.
Dear President, on behalf of the Senate of the Lodz University of Technology, I have a great honor of awarding you, Roberta Metsola, a title and dignity of a Doctor Honoris Causa of our university.
Doktora honoris causa naszej Politechniki Łódzkiej.
It is proved by the diploma. Congratulations for you.
Na dowód przekazuje ten dyplom.
Also to remind you, it is really when I am standing in your 6.